ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another Disjunct Confusion Thursday Night Hangout.
Hello, and welcome to a almost snowy podcast.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it is potentially Snowmageddon in Atlanta with a, depending on which weather you're listening to, could be anywhere from 2 inches to 8 inches of snow on the ground.
Well, it's really the ice that gets you. Like,
right.
Even if it's 8 inches of snow, honestly, like, you just can't drive for a day. It's when ice hits, and that's when your power lines drop, and that's when shit gets not fun.
Exactly. Well, anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I, of course, am your host, Charlie, and I'm joined once again by the prolific comer himself, Zealeus.
It is good to see you alive and well today, and still in your basement, I see.
Yes, I'm still in my basement. It is still a little bit cold, but we are going to make do with the situation as I continuously try to figure out where the hell I'm supposed to be sitting to frame myself well in this camera.
I know maybe you got confused with the chair behind you. Like, maybe I'm going to go sit in that chair sitting behind me. So
I should probably move that chair. Well, whatever. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Thursday Hangout. It's a live show. We try our best to cover the topics most important to you during the show. At any point during the show, if you would like to add any thoughts, questions, topics, opinions, please drop them in the chat, and we'll try to add them to the show. If we do, unfortunately, run out of time, we will add it to the very next show.
Hey, we have a guest behind me.
But now, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's jump right into it. Let's get the unfortunate, sad news out of the way first, and then hopefully we can ramp it up into awesomeness, okay? I don't remember exactly when this happened, but unfortunately, the gentleman Alan Emrich, the game designer, who basically coined the phrase 4X gaming, has unfortunately passed. He was basically for people who don't know, 4X is basically a sprawling empire building strategy game. He was like a board game creator. He worked on video games. He was part of the Castles 2 Siege and Conquest, Warlords 2, Conquest of the New World, Master Orion 3, which I think was a game that Zealeus and I put some serious hours into in our youth. And he was even a design consultant for the Master of Orion 2016 remake. But yeah. So it's unfortunate he has passed. But yeah.
So supposedly 4X is a loose acronym that stands for Explore, Expand, Exploit, and Exterminate.
Exactly. Because there was all those different things that you had to do successfully in order to win the game. Or at least survive long enough to hopefully have everyone else die out on you.
Well, there's a lot of the 4X games took the approach of you almost needed like only one of those in particular. Like you could really concentrate on one of those to win. Meaning you could have like a extermination victory, meaning you're the only survivor, everyone else is dead. Or you could have like the science victory. So there's kind of like usually multiple paths to victory. But usually you have to do kind of the other three in some fashion.
Yes.
Because you kind of have to balance it out a little bit.
Well, I always personally in all these games, I always tried to maximize my science.
Yep.
And then fortify my location so that I could just stick around. And then wait for someone to spread themselves too thin, and then go on a freaking massacre wave, because I'm so more advanced than everyone else on the board.
That's basically what I did. Yeah, I did the science, and usually around the Industrial Revolution thereabouts. To your point, that's where you get the super powerful weapons. You'd be so far ahead of them that at that point you could just roll over their faces.
Everyone else is just getting into the Industrial Revolution, and I'm in the atomic age, baby.
Let's go! I'm gonna bomb your railroads. Wait, you can still do that today.
Yes, but anyways, I'm trying to think of what other 4X games did we play a lot of?
Oh, I mean, my big one was Civilization.
Yeah.
Did you say Master of Orion?
Yeah. I
Uh,
feel like there was another one. Hold on, I'm gonna cheat. I'm gonna look at my Steam.
oh, I know one you're missing.
What's that?
Master of Magic.
Oh, Master of Magic, absolutely. But that's not the one I was thinking of. The other. Oh man, it's a space. Let me see if I just put. I feel like it's got space in the title, so I'm gonna cheat and see.
Thanks, the Final Frontier.
Endless Space 2.
I never put that one.
It was. I was on a. There was like a series of games from I think the same developers that just had endless in the title. You had Endless Legend, Dungeon of the Endless, and then Endless Space.
Interesting. So was it truly endless then?
I think so. I mean, I could never really get into Endless Space 2, to be honest with you. But I did put some time into Endless Legend and Dungeon of the Endless.
It was kind of like Final Fantasy with a name is actually a misnomer.
Well, I know we've probably talked about this before, but you do know why it was called Final Fantasy, right?
They thought it was going to be their Final Fantasy.
Yeah, it was the final game that Square was ever going to make.
Yep, and they still lie to us.
I know. And then there's like, well, you know, what we're going to do, it's brand recognition now. That's all it is.
That is a true fact that you can't deny.
Yeah.
Don't be like Dell and go rename it Ultramax Fantasy.
The next,
for those who don't know,
the next sci-fi adventure.
So Dell has they had lines like XPS and Inspiron, and now they're renaming all those to literally be the Apple brands of like Dell Premium Plus, Dell Ultra Premium Plus. And it's like, wow, can you get any more lamely generic? And the answer is yes.
Yes. It's like, hold my beer. Yes, I can.
And like the three different lines have the same names, but they're like a different actual line, just to make things even more dumber.
Yeah.
Whatever. I don't buy. Well, I have Windows PCs because I build them, but I don't buy them like a Dell. I should put it that way.
Yeah. I let's see here. I have an Alienware. I've got an HP Omen, and I've got 3 Chromebooks.
Nice. I have my PC I build myself, and then I have my work laptops, which are all Mac OS, which I like. If gaming could actually be good on a Mac, that's what I'd go with. But no.
Yeah.
Although I am tempted to actually, I've seen people a lot more prevalent of installing SteamOS on their actual gaming PC.
Really? Well, I mean, I could see that. I mean, it takes a lot of the extra crap out of the equation, right?
I hate Windows. Like everything about the Windows operating system now, I absolutely hate.
Yeah.
So yes, I would much rather, if I could, have the Linux experience, which was never good for gaming because they didn't have the support. But now that you have obviously Steam with their support with the Steam handheld, now it's a different story. So it's like interesting.
Yes.
I'm not gonna do it today, but eventually it seems like it could actually be worthwhile.
That would be nice. Okay. So let's get on to something a little bit more exciting, a little bit more woohoo! And that, of course, is for those out there who remember the good old days, or maybe not so good old days, of when you had to watch TV and your favorite show came on a specific time once a week.
Yep.
So this exciting news that's sort of got to be tempered because it's being slowly released is the fact that Solo Leveling Season 2 has begun on Crunchyroll.
Curious about that because I have not watched Season 1, but I was scrolling through my Crunchyroll and I'm like, wait, is that more Solo Leveling? Is that my cue to actually watch it?
Yes.
I've read like the first 6 mangas.
Yes. I think I've got the first. Oh gosh, I don't know. Hold on. Let me cheat again. Dude,
Do the
I tell
cheat.
you what, I don't know if it's my advancing in age or whatever, but I love making spreadsheets of stuff now. So I've got
Nice.
a spreadsheet of manga list.
That's fair.
So solo leveling, I have the first 5. Oh
I
man, I'm
use
falling
Goodreads
behind.
to track mine.
Huh?
I use Goodreads to track my books.
I yeah, I could well, there's a reason why I if I were to keep track on Goodreads, there'd be a couple of additional steps because I have to get through a bunch of other books because my entire family is linked into my Goodreads account.
Ah,
So, and I've got at least one, if not, I've got one person in my household that's a very fast reader, and so
yeah.
their books basically massively populate my Goodreads section, and then it just kind of gets interesting. Anyways,
And I'll say trying to add manga to Goodreads is an interesting endeavor because it's usually always in the Japanese version first, and you're like, wait, which version do I actually add?
So
Anyway,
yeah, but Solo Leveling season 2 is now slowly coming out. The first episode's already out. The second one will be released in 3 days. So that's Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Sunday? Is that right?
Sure.
The 12th? Is that what the 12th is? No. Yes. So it'll be, I guess it's a Sunday release.
Now, question is like with Solo Leveling, do we know what manga volume that goes up through?
Like the season?
Yeah. Or is it like one for one?
No. No.
I don't know because I haven't read them. I mean, I've read the mangas, but I haven't watched the anime.
No.
So
I can't. I think like the entire first season was in the first 4 books.
oh wow.
I think,
So it covered a lot then.
or maybe 3. I can't. I don't. I'll have to rewatch it because gosh darn it, I probably need to do that anyways. So.
Was that good?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Nice.
It's a great job. Anyways, so yes, Soul Leveling season 2 is coming out, and then there's another anime that's coming out on. Oh crap! I can't remember. I think it's Crunchyroll. And of course, now I'm blanking out on it. Oh, I should have written it down. I should have freaking written it down. It's like Saitama or something. Hold on. No, Saitama is from One Punch Charlie. You dummy.
Sure.
Anyways, yes. Charlie's brain no worky. I blame the frost.
Incoming frost.
Yeah, my brain's freezing over. That's
Is it also snowing like inside your house? Did you guys forget to put windows up?
potentially. You never know, man. You never know. I could be in some serious trouble. For all I know, I mean, there's still like you can see right behind me. There's a hole, in the wall behind me. I mean, it did go to the outside. Sakamoto Days. It's about a retired hitman. The manga is a lot of fun.
So it's like
read the
the
first.
story of every Jason Statham movie,
Maybe.
or he's like a retired hitman and he has to come out of retirement for some various reason, usually to overcome his demons or to save some hapless soul.
Well, I could tell you that the lead for the American English dub for Sakamoto Days is Matt Mercer.
Cool.
And I think it comes out January 11th. So you watch one episode of Sakamoto Days on Saturday, and then you watch one episode of Solo Level Season 2 on Sunday. So boom, at least 25 minutes of my weekend, or I guess a total of 50 minutes of my weekend is already taken care of.
I mean, you got the Falcons to watch for playoffs, right? They made it in, surely.
No, side note, all of our thoughts and prayers go out to all those individuals who are in the California area. LA, speaking of the NFL playoffs, the LA Rams were supposed to host a home game this weekend. That game has been moved to Glendale, Arizona. Because the Cardinals aren't in the playoffs either, so that stadium is available. I'll be very interested to see how the fans get there.
I mean, for home field advantage, the Rams don't really have one. Let's be honest.
No, the Chargers don't have one because the Chargers play in a stadium shaped like a ram's head.
Yeah, okay, that's true, but like the Rams home games aren't really like, they're not like other ones like Seattle's or the Chiefs or the Bills where it's like truly a home field advantage. For them, it's a travel advantage. It's not really a fan advantage. I mean, LA's not really going for its home field advantages when it comes to football.
Anyways, they're in, we're out.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, moving on. Let's talk about the fact that there has been a lot of news surrounding the fact that Nintendo Switch 2 information and screenshots and all that stuff are being leaked all over the internet.
Oh, let's go. Is Nintendo suing them because that's what Nintendo does?
And Nintendo has basically been like, nuts. And they haven't really done anything. So my question for you, Zealeus, is my question is, Nintendo's not going to do anything because this is free advertising, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we know it's coming. It's not, it's not some super secret project. We knew that it was, that this bad boy was on its way. It's going to be basically the Switch, but improved. My one question, and I wasn't able to truly dig in deep, but I want to know if the rumors around the Switch being more powerful when it's docked is true or not. That's what I want to know.
It's hard to know because there's not really anything because that's what we all assumed with the Switch 1 was the case. Like when it came out, and all of a sudden I was like, oh wait, it's not.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's almost like one of those we really just have to wait and see until either Nintendo officially says something, which for some reason Nintendo doesn't like to actually tell facts, or two, we actually have to wait till we get our hands on the Switch 2 to know.
Right. I feel like that's that part. Getting my hands on it is probably the only way for me to confirm. Yes, the internet is filled with information, and unfortunately, a lot of it is lies. And to be honest with you, it's going to be one of those situations that I want to actually experience firsthand, and I don't want to whatchamacallit. I don't want to have to deal with someone else. And there's Zealeus. Sorry, dude. Sometimes Zealeus, he stops moving, he doesn't blink, and I'm like, oh shit, it froze.
Now, how important to you is the docking of the Switch? Because the big selling point of the Switch is that, hey, it's mobile, and you can, play it in the bathroom. You can play it at the kids' basketball game when you're supposed to be paying attention.
I can't play during the kids' basketball game because I'm freaking coaching, but I understand where you're going.
Yeah. So, what is the importance of the docking? I mean, obviously it's going to be able to dock.
Right.
But how important in the overall scheme of the reason you want a Switch or a Switch 2 is that?
Well, I think it really comes down to the games that truly require a gamepad to play. You can't just get away with having it held in your hand. The more fast twitch games. I want to be able to, I don't know, I want that beautiful, perfect experience that, when I'm playing, I don't know, Warframe or just something that's fast paced that I'm going to be button mashing, and I want it on a big TV as well.
Warframe on the Joy-Cons sounds miserable.
It's difficult. It can be done, but in my advanced age, my fingers will cramp like a mofo because the way you got to hold the switch. Also, Warframe, there's a lot of stuff going on, so that bad boy could start heating up as well. So, but now I think we're side note here, but it appears that my family, me and my sons, might become a Warframe family because I've got an account and my eldest has an account, and then my youngest found out that once upon a time I played Warframe on the Switch, so there is a Switch account. So we might all try to jump in a game and see what happens.
I mean, it's free to play, so that's a good thing.
Yep.
Yeah, it like, I know there's always the question of, children and FPSs, but even from that angle, it's definitely on the more sci-fi, like not real side.
Yeah, and that's kind of like the selling point for me. It's like the Halo or Gears of War, though I would be a little bit hesitant to. I'm okay with my kids playing Halo over Gears of War just because Gears of War, the language is a little bit more mature than I want my kids to. Of course, my kids are already to the point where they've heard all this crap before, but parents, got to protect their kids.
Oh, what you haven't played is Warhammer 40K so they can learn to kill the heretics.
Yeah, that's.
I'm just saying, teach them from a good young age, heretics, we must cut them with the chainsaw.
Okay, speaking of Warhammer 40K, I just want to put this out here real quick, and I'm going to be in the minority. Okay. On Amazon Prime, there is a TV show that's kind of like, what the hell is that? Something Death and Robots that Netflix did. Okay, so but Prime has this show called Secret Level. And what they do is it's basically that Love, Death, and Robots kind of formula, but for Secret Level, they take a known game title and they do like a short. Could be anywhere from 9 minutes to I think it's like 24 minutes, and it's just a one shot, and then you're done. I know a lot of people are like, oh my God, it's amazing. I feel like all of those damn things leave me unsatisfied as hell. Every single episode I've watched, I've been like, that's it? Really? Okay. I mean, it looked nice, but the worst offender is the Mega Man one. But I haven't watched all of them. I'll be fully honest. I haven't watched all of them, but there's like one for Pac-Man, which was really fucked up. Holy crap. If you've got Prime out there, go watch the Pac-Man Secret Level episode, and you will see that it is fucked up shit. And then, of course, there's the Mega Man one. There's the Warhammer 40K one, which wasn't bad. There's a Armored Core one, which actually starred a digital version of Keanu Reeves and was voiced by Keanu Reeves, and that one was kind of cool. The first episode was a Dungeons and Dragons one. It felt like teasers for a bunch of shows that they're going to do in the future, but I know that's not the formula. This isn't like pick your favorite episode, and if fan vote wins, and then we'll make an actual series. That's not how this works. I feel like Love, Death, and Robots, they got you. Yes, there's a couple of misses on some of those episodes, but the vast majority of the episodes, there's a beginning, a middle, and an end, and you have that satisfaction of that was well done. In Secret Level, with the exception of I think the Unreal Tournament one, that one was awesome. That by far is my favorite. The rest of them, I'm like, okay, it's like the sample platter. It's like going to the mall, into the food court, and then getting a sample of some food. I'm left wondering. maybe this could be better. I mean, this could if there was more of it, it could be good. But it stresses me out. Let's just put it that way.
I've seen 4 of the episodes. I think the Warhammer 40K one is absolutely phenomenal.
I like that one. I did like that one.
Perfectly got the nonchalant badass faith of the Marines. Like the way they just walk through, they're like, I shall, kind of the old, like the Christian prayer of like, I shall fear no evil. Like that's literally what it was.
Yes.
And they just walk through in just moments of absolute badassery. We're just like, oh! But to your point, yes, I agree. Like, to me, it felt like super high production trailers for like a new game.
Yes.
And I always think of like all the thoughts of the video game production aside, Blizzard has always put out the best fucking trailers and in-game animations ever. Like the one with Diablo 4 or Tyrael and I don't want to give a spoiler, but the big it's like a fucking 20-minute amazing cinematic. And that's what I think of with Secret Level. It's these absolutely amazing, basically cinematic trailers for these video games. And I always think about I know we've seen a couple over the last couple of years of video games like Dragon's Dogma, Castlevania. We're seeing some of these video games make the transition to anime. And that's how I was kind of looked at like these episodes is like video games already are like the perfect medium to, we don't even make them movies, make them freaking animes. And maybe there were like 4 episodes. It's just like really high quality. I'm perfectly cool with that because they're just a couple of phenomenal episodes. But to your point, to also have a beginning, middle, and end. Because that was the D&D episode. First one, really cool, but it gets like, cool, big scene. And then it's like, and
credits.
Okay, cool.
I'm like, all right, now this person's found their spot in the party and credits. You're like, what the?
Yes. So yeah, I hear you. Like the production quality and what they did, like from the snippets they had were absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah.
But at the same time, yes, it was more like weird trailers that are never going to be followed up on.
Now I'll be totally honest with you. The one I keep coming back to this. The one that freaking pissed me off the most was the Mega Man one.
I have not seen that one.
It's episode 10.
Okay.
I cheated. I pulled up all the episode lists in IMDb. So have you seen the episode 4 the Unreal Tournament?
No, I have not. No.
Okay.
No, I've seen the D&D one. I've seen Warhammer 40K.
Yep.
And 2 other titles I don't remember.
Sifu, the guy that keeps dying over and over again, and then the New World, the Once a Future King.
Yeah, I feel like the Sifu one actually had a.
It did. It did. I felt that was one of the episodes where I was like, okay. I mean, I kind of want to know more about why he was doing what he was doing. Like they kind of was just like a couple flashbacks, and you're supposed to know the depth of his despair and hatred, but at the same time, I felt like okay, there was this there was a beginning ish, and then there's definitely a middle, and there's definitely an end, and it was I liked how the episode wrapped itself up by basically starting where it ended. Oh, sorry, ended where it started.
Yeah, no, that was a good one. It reminds me of the animation. I don't know if it's like the same animators, but it's very similar in style to Arcane.
Yeah, I think the studio that did Arcane did do an episode. I don't think it was that one though. I think it was. I don't know. I haven't seen all of them, so I'm not gonna try to guess. But anyways.
But I still would recommend, like, if you like games, I still think that it's worth watching. It's a really cool art experience, if nothing else.
It is. It's cool, but I just want to kind of put like a disclaimer of there are certain episodes that you're going to be left going, WTF, or But
Is that
the
maybe
good
the point?
stuff just
I mean,
started.
that's the point. It's to leave you thinking about like what could have been.
I don't. I want satisfaction. Damn it! I don't want anxiety of like, well, what could have happened next. I want fulfillment. Damn it! I want fulfillment, Zealeus. I need a fulfillment.
Damn millennials who need to be spoon fed their fulfillment.
Oh,
Actually, I don't know what generation's what anymore because
I
apparently
have
now
no idea.
they're betas. I guess it's the new generation, which was just
No
the
idea.
worst generation ever.
I will tell you this real quick. I know that we're talking you know, video games, and of course we I mean, this is the Thursday Night Hangouts where we talk about nerdy stuff. There's a game that I have been accidentally playing over and over again because it could be the round, or I guess your play session can be short or it could be long. It all depends on a lot of random factors. But it's called Backpack Battles. It's still in early access in Steam, on Steam. And Backpack Battles, basically you're playing in inventory Tetris, and
Oh
you can
God!
combine items. There's certain items that if you get you put them next to each other, they'll combine after a successful battle.
So max 3 basically.
No, not max 3. Because you
So confused.
for example, you could get like there's some kind of tusk, and if you have a wooden round shield, after one successful battle, now it's a spike shield going forward. And you have these like inventory slots. You could buy new bags that will increase the size of your inventory. Certain bags give you bonuses like the potions. It's basically, I don't want to call it a clicker, or it's
I
more,
hate it.
huh?
I hate it.
Zealeus doesn't like it.
Now this sounds a game that you're talking about, a show that makes you anxious.
Uh-huh.
This game sounds like it make me very anxious.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I like once I go into the battle, I choose for the battle to go the fastest. I don't want to sit there and watch my stamina and my health bar just slowly, or theirs, hopefully greatly decrease. I go 3x. That's as fast as you can go. So we just through it, and then I go to the next round. I don't know. It's kind of stupid, silly for me. I don't know.
Sounds stressful.
It can be because the items you get in the shop are random. And there are times where you have like some really, really sweet items, but the more weapons you have, the more stamina you use. And so you might run out of stamina like really quickly and not have any items that will allow for recovery. And you just sit there and watch your character just get blasted. You get, I think it's 5 chances of being unsuccessful, and I think you want to get 10 successes or 12, and then you can like gamble and try to see if you go 4 more rounds and stuff like that. I don't know. Anyways, let's move on. The next thing is that Nintendo has announced a collaboration with Lego. And they are going to collaborate with a Lego Game Boy. Now, you basically build a Game Boy. I don't think it's a working Game Boy, so I don't temper your expectations. First of all, if it was a Lego Game Boy, do you know how bad your fingers would be ripped up if you actually played that for a while? Oh my God, my hands take like a ton of time to recover after putting together one of those complex Lego pieces. Just think about having a button mash on those damn things the entire time. No, thank you. But yeah, there's going to be a Lego Game Boy. I don't know.
You could just 3D print your own Game Boy.
Yes. I don't know how much it's going to cost. They basically just threw it out there. They gave a teaser trailer. The only thing that's definitely set is the fact that it will be released October 2025.
Oh, that's always away. I'm gonna forget by then. Damn it.
Yeah, exactly. Um,
I love announcing things like 10 months in advance for nobody to remember.
Zealeus, you're supposed to build up the hype, man. And let's be honest, there are definitely people who have already penciled this in. They probably already got a reminder of their calendar for the entirety of October 2025 with a reminder set for, let's see here, usually Lego pre-orders, I think, is 3 months ahead of the actual release, I think, if my calculations are correct. So October is 10, so 7, so you can pre-order it in July. Yeah.
Now, is this the old classic Game Boy, basically? I guess that we're going to
Yes, with the purple buttons.
Oh, be still my beating heart. I'm super excited about this.
Dude, I remember playing. The funny thing is, I remember I had a Game Boy and also had a Game Gear, but neither of them were truly portable for me because I always had games like I'm an RPGer. So I always grab like the RPG games, which take a lot of time. And back in the day, Game Boy and Game Gear, 8 batteries like they were going out of style, AA batteries. And so I bought the third-party wall charger and the car charger. So if we're going on long trips, I could just plug that bad boy in the cigarette lighter or the plug in the back. Because I grew up with a family that always drove a minivan. And thankfully, minivan creators were smart enough to put one of those damn things in the back so that I could play it from the back seat.
My favorite was, I remember on school field trips, I had the Game Boy COM connector so we could do multiplayer Tetris.
Yeah, buddy.
And I remember we would hook up the Game Boys and play on the school bus going on field trips and play some multiplayer Tetris.
There you go.
And this was within the 90s. When we're doing this, because this would have been middle school.
I will tell you this: like going down the nostalgia road, path, whatever. The game that when it came to handheld games, the game that stands out to me that I remember to this day, that I basically had the most fun and also spent the most time was actually on the Sega Game Gear. It was a game called Defenders of the Oasis. It was kind of like Arabian Nights themed, like genies and desert and all that stuff. It was a lot of fun.
For me, it was just the classic Tetris, the OG.
I'm trying to remember. I definitely played a ton of Tetris, but I feel like there was another game on my Game Boy that Bionic
I played
Commando.
a lot of tennis. I remember tennis on the Game Boy.
I played Bionic Commando.
Which one?
Bionic Commando. It was basically Rambo with a bionic kind of like grapple arm.
Sounds like Contra.
It was so much fun, but less difficult than Contra.
I had to cheat when I played Contra. Not gonna lie.
It's okay. We can admit to it because
Contra was a tough game, man.
Oh God, yes. I fled the other way. I never really got into Contra. Then again, I really didn't have any consoles growing up. I mean, my consoles were at my grandmother's house.
Nice.
We had the Nintendo, the Super Nintendo, and the 64 at my grandmother's house. And then it wasn't until the PlayStation 1 that was my first console to actually enter my residence. And I thank my good friend David Sims for allowing me to borrow not only his PlayStation 1, but his copy of Final Fantasy 7 to show that I could play video games and do homework at the same time. It's unfortunate that that my copy of Final Fantasy 7 disappeared. I know exactly what happened to it, but I'm not going to go into it.
You were grounded all the time for not doing your homework. I remember this.
No.
Yes, because I remember we were supposed to hang out, and I got a call from your parents, or your parents would call mine. Like, sorry, the troller can't hang out. He didn't do his homework.
That's gotta be wrong, Zealeus. I think you've got early onset dementia. I don't know. That can't be
It's
right.
probably the beer just talking right now. It's very possible. I'm seeing gremlins.
Who knows? Who knows? Anyways, all right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to pause real quick to thank the amazing individuals that help Alter Confusion be the Alter Confusion that you love and adore, and that, of course, is the friends of the show. And let us start off with the Indie Cluster. The Indie Cluster is an organization of independent game developers that want to gain exposure by being involved in the community. They collectively journey to popular conferences as a traveling booth to help gain attention for their games. They make partnerships in local communities to bring games to the mainstream mindset. They highlight local, unusual, and rare concepts to challenge the paradigm of the common. They also host events to teach kids and minority groups about game development to hopefully one day enter the industry themselves. For more information, go to indiecluster.com.
So, as a side note, I'm linking their Facebook because their website's broken.
Okay. Well, then go to facebook.com/indieclusteratl, and then you get all the information from there.
Apparently, they're using WordPress, and something's just not working.
Nuts. All right, the next shout out we got to give, of course, is to Noodle Boy Media. Founded in 2015 by Andrew Tran, Noodle Boy Media, previously White Kid 47 Media, is your choice for professional photo shoots and panel recordings at conventions. They pride themselves in providing a high level of professionalism, top-notch experiences, and quality services. If you want more information and to view their full list of services, check out facebook.com/noodleboymedia.
Quick side note, as I post these social media websites to Facebook, you know what really grinds my gears?
What's that?
Is
I think Zealeus, as soon as he said, you know what really grinds my gears, and then he
for a
disappeared.
reason. Please stop posting shit to Twitter. What is going on? Why do I see a piece of paper?
Okay, now he's back. You
Did you
said
hear
what
my
really
entire-
twists my gears, and then it froze. So,
Should I repeat my rant?
sure, go for it.
So my rant is when emergency broadcast systems post the emergency to Twitter. Because
Yes.
people are like, there's this emergency, go here for details. I intentionally don't have a Twitter account. So it really annoys me when it's like, go to Twitter. I'm like, no.
Yeah.
Like, don't go to a social media website at all. Like, just post it on your own website. Is it that hard? Apparently
Well,
it
a
is.
lot of emergency, like if you want information for the police department for where I live, you go to the Facebook page.
And that annoys me. Like, should not be reliant on a social media page.
It's
To get
faster to
access-
post to social media than it is to their website.
You can post it though.
There's an extra layer there for your website. Anyways, all right, where were we? Oh yes, the next one we got to do is Hero Chiropractic. Hero Chiropractic, unique healthcare practice set up by Ryan Moore. The company's focus to elevate a patient's experience of freedom, creative expression, and joy. They believe that everyone can be a hero and has incredible heroic potential inside themselves waiting to be unleashed. Hero Chiropractic focuses on mobile chiropractic care in the greater Atlanta area. They are committed to healing clients by creating a plan of action uniquely suited for each person. They make that plan of action as convenient and affordable as possible, and most importantly, suited to your individual needs. For more information, go to herochiropractic.com. And if you are in the greater Atlanta area, he does have some package deals where if you were to bundle a bunch of, yes, it's a little bit more expensive, but in the up front, but then you get it's well worth your money if you just buy the bundle. Like that's like 10 or 12 appointments in one sitting. Or sorry, in one billing. I mean, I cannot talk.
One continuous fixing. Give me a 12 in a row. I'm going to stock up. It's like stocking up on HP.
Oh my God. I think your body would literally scream to death. All right. The next shout out we got to give is to the music maestro himself. And that, of course, is CrossPad Creative. Need a new logo or want to work on a full branding and content strategy? Or maybe you need music or audio for your content, just like Alter Confusion. CrossPad Creative offers a whole host of solutions for individuals and small businesses. Just email Josh at crosspadcreative@gmail.com and see what he can do for you. The final shout out we got to give is to the original backer on Patreon for Ultra Confusion. That, of course, is Agile Axiom. By day, Axe leads both the development team and system administration team working with satellites at NASA's Goddard campus. While not in meetings, and many times during, he is the Agile evangelist, Agile Axe, championing the philosophy of Agile and trying to make the world a better place for software developers, testers, system admins, and software projects the world over. Decades of experience in software development and leading Agile teams are brought to bear against evil processes, inefficient work, and bad habits. For more information, go to agileaxiom.com. And then Zealeus just posted a very long Amazon link for his book, which is That Agile Common Processes Development, right?
Wait, you're not going to say the whole link?
No, I'm not going to say, oh my God. Because you don't need the reference code, Zealeus. Jeez almighty. Is that Agile?
I'm going to get a reference, so
question mark.
You buy the book. Come on,
Common
bro.
Processes for Development Teams is the full title. Good Lord.
Right.
Okay. Anyways, now, ladies and gentlemen, I know at this very moment in time, you want to know, how do I become a friend of the show? Well, it's quite simple. Ladies and gentlemen, Ultra Confusion survives the love support of fans like you, and that's why we have a Patreon page. Patreon lets you, the fans, lovers, haters, demigods, interdimensional beings, gods, demons, aliens, vampires, werewolves, swamp creatures, mummies, zombies. I feel like there's something I'm missing, but anyway, supporters and more. Become active participants at work we love through monthly membership. This gives you access to exclusive content, community, and insight into our creative process. In exchange, we gain a bit more freedom to do our best work and the stability we need to build an even stronger creative career. We currently have 2 tiers. We have the $1 tier, that's $1 a month or $12 a year. What that gets you is access to the early access to the playthroughs, as well as the ability to participate in patron-only posts. If you're feeling extra frisky, you can jump up to the $5 tier. That's $5 a month or $60 a year. And what that will get you is everything at the $1 tier, plus your name and organization added to the Friends of the Show section of every single Thursday night hangout. Now, I can tell you this right now, ladies and gentlemen, that the early access playthrough is... I know that I tried to do this a while back, and then things went a little bit screwy, but we're going to do this again. The Expanse, a Telltale series... I've already recorded the first 2 episodes of the game, and I will be editing it quite soon, and then I'll be posting it for you amazing individuals who are supporting us. So if you want to become a patron of Ultra Confusion, go to Patreon. That's patreon.com/alteredconfusion today. Now, real quick, ladies and gentlemen, I know that you're also dying to know, how do I get my hands on some Ultra Confusion sweet merchandise, like my hat or the coffee cup, which I can't figure out what happened to it right now. I have a funny feeling one of my children ran off with it again. Or maybe you want a vinyl Ultra Confusion sticker like this one. Ta-da! All you got to do is go to alteredconfusion.tv/merch, and you can see those items and more. And, buy it up. I would love to say that, keep you warm during the winter. Maybe the hat will. And you can put warm substances in that coffee cup. So, boom. Winter gifts for yourself. Treat yourself right.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Now.
Because some of us drink coffee. I'm just saying, you should drink coffee and drink from a coffee cup.
I don't drink coffee. However, I do use the coffee cup to make myself, and Zealeus is gone. Okay, so let's talk about a very popular game that's been around for since 2016. A game that had many people walking into places they weren't supposed to walk into traffic, because they weren't paying attention to the surroundings. They were only paying attention to the phone. That, of course, is Pokemon Go. There has been an update about Pokemon Go, and that is the unfortunate news that Pokemon Go will soon be unplayable on some of the older devices.
Oh.
Basically, it'll end the support of 32-bit Android devices. Let's see here. If you are one of these individuals, you're advised to save your login information and upgrade your phone
I
so that
mean,
you can continue to play. The update that will basically end your ability to play Pokemon Go will happen somewhere between March and June of 2025.
honestly, at this point, if you're still like running a 32-bit Android, then probably time to upgrade.
Yeah.
It's a bit outdated, and like at some point, from a development perspective, you are limiting yourself on what you can do if you're still having to develop for a 32-bit system. So yeah, I mean, ultimately, it's your choice. You want to upgrade your phone or not?
Right.
So yeah, it's kind of a hard time being too cranky at that one. I mean, Apple went through this years ago, which still makes me sad because it still did deprecate one of my favorite games ever. It's that Snake game where you had the heroes.
Oh, god dang it. It's the one that I have on the Ouya.
Yeah, that's how I found out about it, was the Ouya. Then I found out it was in the App Store.
Yep.
And I love it. And it's like, why didn't they just like upgrade to 64-bit? Still annoys me. It was a great game.
Yeah.
But I mean, that was years ago. So yeah, I get it. Yeah.
Yeah. Dang it! I had another. I had another topic, but of course I closed the dang window. Yeah. Gosh darn it. I forgot. Zealeus, what are you playing?
I played a little bit on the PS5. Was Withering Waves because it came out on PS5.
Mm-hmm.
And I've tried the other gotcha games. Like I've tried that. I've tried Genshin Impact. The other one, it's like ZZZ, which I don't remember actually what it stands for. They just don't really, I don't know. There's just something about them that doesn't really grab my attention.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's the combat. I don't know if it's the story. I don't know what it is, but none of them just ever really clicked for me. Like, I can't point at one thing and be like, this is what I don't like about the game. They just don't have a hook for me. So ultimately, I've still been playing PoE 2. That's what I've solved too. It's still been the game I've been playing for the most part. That's been my main go-to game. What about you?
Outside of the game that apparently it's giving you fits, stressful fits of backpack battles.
Just think of that's half the game of PoE 2, damn it.
I've been recording the Expanse of Telltale series. I've been playing a little bit of a game called Banners of Ruin, which is a roguelike card game that I think I've streamed a couple times. And I really apologize, ladies and gentlemen, that I have not been streaming per my normal schedule. It has been nuts. This past Tuesday, I was all set to stream, but I had something that should have taken maybe just a couple hours, but it started at 3 on Tuesday and ran until 11 on Tuesday. So 8 hours, and so that unfortunately went right through my streaming time. And then, but yeah, I've also played a little bit of Warframe with my son, my eldest. Nice. But I have to wait on his lazy ass to actually complete some of the single player missions so that we can play in some of the more advanced areas. He's like, but Dad, I need your help. I'm like, buddy, it says right there, you have to do it solo. It is not a squad option. So, but yeah, that's basically
I think I still have an old Warframe character on my PS5 that I haven't touched in Lord knows how long at this point.
Well, I had one. I mean, I played a ton of Warframe on the Switch.
Yeah.
And then I stopped. I got like hooked on a bunch of RPGs on the Switch, and then I never came back. And
So are you
then
starting over, or are you keeping the same character?
no, I wasn't able to. I had to start all over on Steam because I don't remember my login information for the Switch.
Doggone it.
Yeah, because Charlie, these stupid change your password every couple of months bullshit. I can't remember any of my passwords now.
Nice.
I do want to point out. I mean, I know we did mention this earlier about the wildfires that are happening in California. For those of you who follow Critical Role, which is one of the Matt Mercer products, I believe they release it on YouTube. I think that's their main point of release. It's them playing Critical Role. Of course, I think it's like Dungeons and Dragons, or I can't remember. Yeah, Dungeons and Dragons. There's a couple of games or like web series out there where they're playing Dungeons and Dragons, but certain series don't have the Wizards of the Coast or Hasbro Games or whoever the fuck owns them right now their permission to actually say Dungeons and Dragons. They're like, yeah, we're playing a pencil and paper RPG game where there's magic and mythical creatures, and we go into castle basements.
I wonder what this game could be.
Yeah, and there's these cells that are locked and whatnot. But Critical Role is they're putting their stuff on break, and their intention is to come back Thursday the 16th. So they're hopefully everything will settle down in a week, but Mother Nature never plays by the rules, so you never know. We will actually see what happens.
Something about me, but I still have not watched any Critical Role. I don't know.
I haven't watched any Critical Role. However, I have watched all but the last of their animated series of Vox Machina. Nice. That is phenomenal. Holy crap. If you have Prime, you are doing yourself a disservice. If you like Dungeons and Dragons and you have Prime, you're doing yourself a disservice if you haven't watched Vox Machina.
I often do myself a disservice, so it explains why I've not watched it yet.
You bastard. You need to correct that wrong, sir.
I get that a lot.
Damn it, Zealeus.
I'm sorry. Please forgive me.
And also, speaking of TV series, one of the series that I've been watching that I've now fallen 3 episodes. I think we're 2 or 3 episodes behind. My kids and I are watching. If you have Disney Plus, we're watching Star Wars Skeleton Crew.
Nice.
It's pretty good. Well, at least the first 3 episodes are pretty good. But I would recommend that as well. Now, I never watched Acolyte, so I don't know the hate or the betrayal that people feel about it. But yeah.
I finally watched this week on Netflix came out was Dune and Dune 2.
Mm-hmm.
And I've read the books and seen the David Lynch movie. But holy crap, Dune 2 is one of the most cinematographically beautiful movies I've ever seen.
Uh-huh.
I mean, good story and everything, but the actual editing and just imagery that they had going on, and of course the music, just had me in awe. So definitely amazing. It's one of those movies you don't want to watch while you're distracted. You have kids running around or families over. It's definitely one of those movies where we're going to watch both Dune 1 and 2. It's sit down and be able to watch and concentrate on it.
Mm-hmm.
Would be my recommendation.
I have not watched any of the new Dunes. I've never watched the David Lynch version. I only watched the mini series that came out. Oh God, I don't remember when that mini series came out.
Have you read the book?
No, I have not. The miniseries came out in 2000.
Yeah, the movies are worth watching.
There you go. All right. So real quick, since we are basically, this is our first show of 2025. I do want to go through a quick, I guess, list for you of games that many people have on their radar for the year of 2025. And maybe there is a game that you're like, oh, damn, that's right, that's coming out, that I will hopefully, help you remember, or maybe not. We'll see. So there is, I think, I don't know if this list is in, what do you call it?
In order of date.
Chronological order or not, but we're just going to go with what's on this list. The first one that I actually keep forgetting to check out is a game called Hyper Light Breaker. It is a let's see here. How do I just describe this? A lot of people are basically saying it's Risk of Rain 2 meets Hades meets haunting cyberpunk infused apocalypse. So
how many things can you throw together?
Well, let's find out. The next one is Citizen Sleeper 2, Starward Vector. Citizen Sleeper is more of a I guess it's like it's not quite a virtual novel. Well, yes, I guess it would be a virtual novel. Would be probably the best way to put it. It's a text. It's basically you read text and you make decisions, and those decisions change what happens in the game. The first one was really good. I really enjoyed it, and it has multiple endings. The first one, I'm sure that the second one will follow suit. So, Citizen Sleeper 2, and actually. Real quick, there is a release date on Hyper Light Breaker that's January 14th, so that's in 5 days. Citizen Sleeper 2 is January 31st, so end of the month. Lost Records, Bloom and Rage. I have no freaking clue about this one. I don't know anything about that, so it's actually being released on my dad's birthday. Monster Hunter Wilds is February 28th. I know that there's quite a few people out there who want some of the next major evolution of the Monster Hunter series. Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition coming to your Switch March 20th.
Yeah.
I believe this is actually like a remake, because I think Xenoblade Chronicle X, I believe, was originally released on the Wii U.
I don't even know what Xenoblade they've had on the Switch at this point, honestly. I
don't know. The next one is Afterlove EP. It's a narrative rhythm game from the developers behind Coffee Talk and What Comes After. So it's definitely not going to be for everyone, but I'm sure there's some people out there who want to get their hands on that. My biggest issue when it comes to rhythm games is that I know I have rhythm and I know that I'm on beat, but depending on your gamepad or your keyboard and also your computer or your console, there's a lot of syncing that needs to be done so that it actually works, and it drives me nuts.
Yes. Blaming the game, not the player.
Oh, Lord. The next one is
kids these days.
Claire Obscure Expedition 33. It's a French-created RPG. You control a team attempting to thwart the evil machinations of the Paintress through incredibly involved fighting. Don't know. I believe this might be a PlayStation exclusive. FBC Firebreak. Wow, I'm like completely out of touch with like games these days. I don't know what the hell this is. Um, it is you are infiltrating the Federal Bureau of Control. So I'm guessing it's set in the world of the game Control. And yeah, there you go. Next one, Metal Gear Solid Delta, Snake Eater. I thought he was retired. I thought that after so many times, I think this is also a PlayStation exclusive, but Metal Gear continues to endure. A game, a series that I have beaten 2 of them, but I am not stealthy whatsoever. So the body count was much higher than it should have been through both ones.
That's, it happens.
Fretless, The Wrath of Rifson. That's got to be a rhythm music game, I'm assuming. Fascinating playing an RPG and imagining that every attack, spell, and dodge could be mapped onto sheet music. Interesting. Fretless, The Wrath of Rifson. It's a game called Sleight of Hand. It's an XCOM-inspired tactics with Dishonored-style stealth action. Wow, okay. I suck at XCOM, and Dishonored, I killed too many people, and so the city was absolutely, like, diseased by the end of the game. Yeah, this is not a game for me.
Maybe you can disease your enemies in the process.
Oh, Lord. Metroid Prime 4. Man, it's been a long time coming. I thought this was supposed to have already come out in 2004, but yeah, we'll see. Ninja Gaiden, Ragebound.
I suck at those games, so I probably won't be playing it.
In Ninja Gaiden, basically like Contra, but with ninjas.
Which means they're hard.
Yeah, exactly. Extremely way too hard. There's a game called South of Midnight. Let's see, Horizon Dawn in the swamps, but plays with Souls-like sensibility. Oh yeah, nope, no thank you.
That sounds tough.
And I'm out on that one too because I suck at Souls.
You've tried, you've been there, done that.
Grand Theft Auto 6.
Really?
Yeah.
I'll believe it when I see it.
Yeah. Well, guys. Assassin's Creed Shadows. Hopefully this one comes out and works throughout and doesn't have that weird issue where the camera gets locked onto basically your knee, and so all you can see is the tip of your foot when you're trying to like peer down into like courtyards.
And maybe it'll actually be back to the OG Assassin game and not just action combat.
Yeah. Mafia, The Old Country.
I prefer the New Country, but whatever.
It's basically like I feel like there has been a Mafia series out there. It's kind of like Grand Theft Auto, but more, like Mafia centric. So there's that's coming out. Borderlands 4. Okay, now that I'm getting behind. I love me some Borderlands, so I will. And I know that they had to rush throwing the trailer out there after the train wreck of the movie, but and I still haven't seen the movie, by the way. And I could have watched it for free, and I decided that I had better things to do.
Bro. Just because of you, the game is not going to even be as good as the movie.
Damn it. Doom, The Dark Ages. So think of Doom, but set in a time with more medieval weaponry and action.
Interesting.
Yeah.
But unless it's Doom. I thought you said Doom, like the book.
No, Doom. DOOM.
That could actually be cool.
Avowed.
RPGs.
Avowed. Now, this is one that I've heard stuff about. It is it's a first-person action RPG. set in a pirate-riddled world. This one I've heard good things about. So Avowed. Okay. I don't know exactly when it's coming out, but
yeah, I've heard
that. Death Stranding 2 on the beach.
So I looked at Avowed and I'm like, I'm gonna wait because it's also a $70 release.
Yeah, Death Stranding 2, the beach on the beach. I really liked the first Death Stranding. I spent a lot of time delivering shit to different places, and I don't know. I kind of just got lost in that world, so I will be getting the next chapter because I need to know what happens. Because there was a cliffhanger at the end.
You just gotta use your imagination, man.
And for the Pokemon players out there, Pokemon Legends Z to A is coming out sometime this year. This game is reportedly bringing back the beloved gimmick of super-powered mega evolutions.
Sure.
No shit. The Outer World 2. Damn it. All right, there's another game I need to make a list. I should have been writing this shit down. All right, Outer World 2. I'm on board for that one as well. I loved Outer World 1. 2XKO. It's another spin-off of League of Legends. Let's see here. What the hell is this? This is a fighting game with League of Legends characters.
Oh, I'm not interested. I suck at fighting games. They are not my thing.
How about the fourth Fable? I'll see it when I believe it. I'm just going to put it, I'm going to say that right now. If it comes out, that'd be awesome. I own the first one. I own the second one. I own the third one. The third one made me scratch my head because I felt like I don't want to control. I think that was the one where you're like controlling a city at some point. And I'm like, no, I don't want that part. I just want the third person adventure part.
You must love it all.
Unbeatable. It's an upcoming anime inspired rhythm game. Man, there's a lot of rhythm games coming out that a lot of people are saying are on our top list.
Better get your your guitar back out.
Ghost of Yotai. I believe I'm pronouncing that right. It's the follow up to Ghost of Tsushima. It's a PlayStation 5 only sequel, so I will not be getting that one either. And that's it. That's the list. So,
well, I'm sure it'll be changing as the year goes on.
Yes, as company. Well, the sad thing is there's going to be a bunch of those games that are going to come out no matter what this year, and I just hope that the publishers allow the developers to actually create something that's solid before shoving it out the door.
Well, you did miss one, but it's depending on your definition of release. Path of Exile 2 has been released in early access.
Mm-hmm.
And supposedly this year, it's the real release is coming out this year.
Ah, well, I'll leave Zealeus. Zealeus will break the news when it actually officially releases. How about that?
Yeah. I mean, it's just the weird nebulous of how do you define new releases.
Right. If a game was in beta for 2 years and it finally goes gold, is it a new release? That seems like a good topic to bring up next week.
Just ask Cyberpunk.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I believe we've reached the end of our show. For those in Southern California, please be safe, evacuate. Hopefully the fires die down. For those that are about to get some bit of snow, be safe, stay off the roads. If you don't have to go anywhere, don't go. Stay in your house. Hopefully you keep your power, your internet, your heat, your water, all that jazz. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank everyone for tuning in to the Ultra Confusion Thursday Night Hangout. For myself, Charlie, and Zealeus, it's been a pleasure giving everything come our heads, our mouths, and of course, our hearts. We'll be back next Thursday for another Ultra Confusion Thursday Night Hangout.
Remember, kids, keep on gaming in the free world.
Amen to that, brother.